So, hi everybody, and welcome to Wednesday. I need a new battery. Okay, there we go. That's better. Hello everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. So I actually am starting to slowly learn the step pattern for Senko marching, and I've learned it because I was able to slow the song down. I had folks on the comments, simultaneously folks in Discord, and then simultaneously Chaz, who was like, you know you can slow down the song, right? All telling me at once that I could slow down the song, which is something that, you know, in retrospect, I should have just assumed existed. So a few days ago, I think Saturday, Sunday, no, it was Saturday. It was Saturday because I played, but I wanted to dedicate that vlog to obviously a very different subject. But I played, and I basically only played Senko marching, and I started at 50% speed. And that made all the difference because it allowed you to see what was happening. It's hard to learn when it's trial by fire every single time, when the arrows are moving so quickly that you can't tell what's going on. And you can space the arrows further apart, but that's actually harder in some ways because you need to see how the arrow you're going to hit next corresponds to the next few after it to understand mentally how you should position your body to move. So learning that I could slow down the song is a huge help. So I started at 50%, and then I've moved it now up to 70%, and at this point I'm nailing the beginning of the song pretty well. The problem is the next part is gallops, and the gallops are actually harder to do slowed down. So I've got this weird situation where I want to practice doing the gallops, and I can't really do that unless I turn the speed up. But if I turn the speed up, the beginning of the song is harder. So yeah, it's a work in progress. I believe I can also take it into training mode and do it in chunks if I want to, so I might do that too. But it's cool. I'm also playing some other songs just, you know, for fun, and I'm starting to see those crossover patterns more easily and adapt to them, even if they're small. And it's cool. It's a really cool feeling to be able to identify that and then work it in subconsciously. You know, having never played a song before, you just see it and you're like, okay, I know exactly what to do. So it's fun. I've really enjoyed that. The other thing I did today is that when I was growing up, the pads that I had, they had start and select buttons up here. I don't know how to move my finger to illustrate that. Like start and select, like tiny little buttons in front of the top row of arrows. And I had those, you know, those would be used for like going back or whatever. Because this pad doesn't have it, I've had it mapped to triangle. And the problem is my feet are gigantic, and with gigantic feet, I keep hitting back. And sometimes I'm resting on it, and it just takes me back out of the song, which is bad. And then sometimes I am doing like a double tap on the left, and in the process, I double tap the triangle, which pauses the song, which completely ruins it. So today I decided to map back to, there's a little control box. You can see it up there. There's a little control box that has two buttons on it, start and select. So I actually mapped back to one of those. It's a little inconvenient because if you are looking at songs and you want to go back like one level, like one sub-level, you have to physically press that button. But it's probably worth it because the level of frustration I've had playing songs and then accidentally pausing or going back is terrible. So I'd rather just make it a physical button that I have to just jump off the pad and hit, and that's fine. And it would do the same thing if it was on the top arrows too, because again, the issue is my feet are big. It doesn't matter. There's going to be occasions where a majority of the top part of my feet is on the side arrows, and then my heel is hitting the back, or my heel is on a majority of the side arrows, and then my toes are hitting the front. So no matter which way I slice it, my feet are huge, and I'm going to just be running into this problem no matter what. On an arcade machine, you've got physical buttons. It's just they're a little closer because you're so close to the screen, you can just reach up and touch them. It's a little less convenient when it's on the floor, but it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gross. I need to take a shower now. But I don't know. I've been having fun playing DDR. It's just really cool to like realize that I'm getting better. Like I have now exceeded the level at which I could play in high school, and that's just a cool feeling, you know. I've I've really enjoyed, and it's just a lot of fun. I've always really, really loved rhythm games, and getting a chance to get exercise while you do a rhythm game is perfect. It's perfect, because if I had my choice, the level of exercise that I got would probably be minimal. So this forces me to get a little exercise. I say as I realize that as soon as I turn the camera off, I am eating another Reese's Cup. It's the end of the evening, and I wanted to give a little update on the humidifier, because I've learned something. Well, I suspected something, and now I have a little more data to back it up. The other day, I said that when it was cold outside, the heater was presumably running harder, and even though I ran this, the humidity fell. There's still definitely some truth to that. I don't think that that's false. However, one of the things that I have tried now is I've let this thing run with the door open and also the door closed. Not this door, but the door to the upstairs office itself. It's probably obvious, but when the door is open, the humidity, if it climbs very slowly. It can also fall, depending on some other factors. The thing that I noticed is that today, when I went to bed last night, I kept running this on high, but I kept the office door closed. When I came up here today, the humidity was actually quite high, which means, and again, this is probably obvious, that when the office door is open, this is leaving the room as it travels over here. And then it goes, hey, I'm gonna go downstairs. So it's not getting to the room as well. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. This just means that we have a little more control over how much humidity is up here. If we need the humidity to be a little bit higher, then all we have to do is shut the door at night while continuing to run that, and then the next morning the humidity will be, by the way, when I say high humidity, what I mean is the correct humidity. High humidity gives the insinuation that it's a swamp up here, which is not what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for a normal, non-winter amount of humidity. But yeah, it's something that makes sense, and I had suspected, but now I have a little more data to back that up. So, for example, today is Wednesday, so tomorrow morning we'll be doing breakfast stream. If I want there to be less static, then all I have to do is turn on the humidifier and close the door tonight. Because when I wake up in the morning and come up here, it doesn't have anywhere to go. So I'm gonna try that. The difference is tonight I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do it on low, because I've been running it on high, but I'm gonna see how it performs on low. Will it make a difference? I don't know. Maybe nothing will happen, but maybe so. The humidity in the room right now is at 45%. So I'm gonna turn it on low. I'm gonna close the door, and we will see tomorrow if it's if it fell, if it didn't. I don't know. I'm still learning about this, and the thing is, it kind of sucks because I'm learning about all this, but it actually is not going to matter soon. It's almost March. We're getting into spring, and soon we won't have to run the heat. And then I suspect that our static problems will actually go away, but yep. It's fine. It's fine. It's just the whole humidity thing has been a learning process, and I'm fine with that. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let's be back tomorrow, shall we?